I want to tell you about a player who was more than goals, more than numbers, more than a name on a shirt. I want to tell you about Diogo Jota. The summer of 2025 was supposed to be the brightest season of his life. League champion, Nations League winner, and newly married to his longtime partner, Ruth, the mother of their 3 children. He was due back in Liverpool camp within days. Then, in the middle of the night, fate struck on a quiet road near Zamora. Diogo and his younger brother, Andre, were gone. 28 years old, standing on the summit, taken in an instant. The football world fell silent. But if you only measure a life in trophies and stats, you'll miss the best parts of Jota. He grew from small beginnings, sharp as a street player, but polished as a pro. Clever movement, brave in tight spaces, and deadly in the box. Liverpool fans called him the Space Thief, because he arrived exactly when a heartbeat of hesitation opened a door. Coaches called him a pressing monster, relentless energy that turned defense into attack. At Anfield, he felt like momentum in human form. The road wasn't smooth. He passed through Portugal, was bought by a Spanish giant, and loaned out twice before truly being seen at Wolves, scoring, climbing, dragging a club upward. Then came Liverpool in 2020. 5 seasons, every domestic trophy lifted, and a habit of turning big nights into his nights. 65 goals in 182 matches, numbers that would have soared higher without injuries, numbers that don't fully capture how he lit up a team and a crowd. His last derby goal told the story. He feinted one way, slid past a desperate challenge, then finished near post with a calm colder than the keeper's breath. A classic Jota moment. Craft, courage, and a finish like a period at the end of a sentence. But Jota's magic wasn't limited to grass. Off the pitch, he was a gamer at the highest level. No. One in the world, on FIFA 21 champs across a perfect weekend, Premier League FIFA 20 champion, and a regular on Europe's biggest e-football stages. That seated celebration, hands like an invisible controller, wasn't for show. It was a bridge between passions. He even founded an esports team, later renamed Lunar Galaxy, because competing, learning, building, that's who he was. And then there was the person. Teammates talk about generosity and joy. The South American crew, Luis Diaz, Darwin Núñez, Alexis McAllister, called him brother. He connected crowds to players, and players back to crowds, the way only a certain kind of spirit can. In a city where football is louder than traffic and tougher than weather, Jota never lost his smile or his discipline. Fans wrote him a song because sometimes gratitude has to be sung. He also spoke openly about mental health, about saying what scares you out loud so it loses power, about asking for help so the weight gets lighter. For some, that might sound simple. In elite sport, it takes courage. Jota had that kind of courage. So how do you say goodbye to someone like this? Maybe like this. You stand still for a second during a noisy day. You picture a red shirt cutting across your screen. You see him arrive half a second before anyone else. You hear a stadium swell, as if the sound is running to catch him up. You remember a seated celebration and a grin that said, "This is fun, isn't it?" You remember a man who loved the game, loved his people, and gave both everything he had. Diogo Jota was a finisher, a presser, a gamer, a friend, a husband, a father, a brother. He was proof that football is not just a career, It's a community. And communities don't forget. Rest easy, Diogo. Your song goes on.